Hi, how are ya? I'm good. I'm eating ice cream. For my first video on this YouTube channel, I'm gonna post my, like, an everyday glam makeup tutorial. Like, if I want to be, like, glam, but I want to wear it on a daily basis. For future, I probably will do, like, a, minimal makeup, like, barely there makeup that I wear. But this one, I'm just putting my hair back because I'm gonna start priming. But this one is not that. It is glam. Ladies. You just saw up my nose. Okay, so when I do my makeup first, I always start with my face primer, just so it has time to sink in to my skin. Today I'm using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic. Am I a real beauty guru yet? Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. This is a good primer. It's pretty cheap too, which is stunning. My hands are clean, don't worry. Although, again, I did just eat ice cream. It smells like coconuts, kind of, so I do like that about it. But yeah, I just Home Alone face. But yeah, I prime first, let it sink into my skin while I do my eyes and eyebrows. And then I come back to the skin. I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera, and then we're gonna move right on into the eyes. I don't think you'll want an eyebrow tutorial from me. There's 7,000 on the internet, but if you do, let me know. This is going well. I will be right back with my eyebrows done to start the eyes. Thank you. Okay, I'm back with my eyebrows done, and now we're gonna move on to the eyes. I guess I should zoom you in, right? How's that? Stunning? So first I'm gonna take my Anastasia, you don't care to see that like that, so I don't know why I'm doing that. My Anastasia eye primer, and I'm gonna put that right, oh, that was a lot. I just go like right, probably not the most sanitary, but I go right from the tube, so I don't have to put it like on the back of my hand. I first dab it out with my finger a little bit, so I get most of it like initially blended, and then I take this dirty ass Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush to blend in. I love this brush because it's rounded and almost looks like a crease. I mean, it is a crease brush, but it's synthetic, so it's really nice to blend out cream products. I'm hot. From there, what I always do is I take any like tinted face powder. I'm just using this random one from Makeup Forever, and I take it just on like a dense shader brush, and I set just the brow bone. Just here. Because when I put my eyeshadows on, I like the lid to be sticky so that the eyeshadows stick to the lid, but they're able to blend in a more gradient way towards the brow. For today's video, we're going to use my Life palette, is what I call it. Stole that from Lustrelux. She calls her, like, palette that she made with, like, single shadows her Life palette. And you can see these are loved, especially this row. But here is, I just hit myself in the face, is like all of my favorite colors to use on a daily basis with all of my favorite formulas. So the square ones you'll see are Makeup Forever. Down here, the round ones are a mix of Makeup Geek and Anastasia shadows. I think there's a couple MAC ones in there as well. So it's just a bunch of different brands, but my favorite colors and formulas. I have a ton of like normal eyeshadow palettes, like an Anastasia, Jackie Aina one. But if I'm in a rush and I want to look glam as fuck and have all the colors I need, I use this Life palette. So I'm gonna start out with my medium tone transition color, which is gonna be a mixture of these two. It's basically just like a taupe color that's like 3 shades darker than your skin tone. I'm gonna take that on a Bdellium Tools 785. It's just like a short, round, fluffy brush. But basically, I start always in the outer corner because I want the heaviest, darkest amount of product there. And then I blend up into the crease. Like that. And these shades, just so you know, I know I didn't say, they're 2 Makeup Forever Artist Color shadows. And I always, when I do my shape, I always bring it up into the brow here, like right into the brow, because I think that opens my eye a lot. And I drag it down this way and swoop out a little bit. You can afford to do that with a shade like this because it's light. So if you mess up, you mess up, and you can blend it out. If you did this with like a black eyeshadow, you would be screwed. Next, on a Morphe M456 brush, it's a denser, shorter, fluffy crease brush. I believe this one is by Anastasia, and I think it's like Frap or something. You know, ladies, I don't know. My love. And we're gonna put that just below the crease. Just like a gradient. Sorry, it's not just below the crease. It's still on the crease, but it's just below the other one. So you're putting it like right at the base and carrying it up a little bit. Like that. Whenever I do my day-to-day makeup looks, I like to use like more like neutral brown tones with a touch of warmth. As you can see there, it looks a little bit orangey. Or I'll do pinks and like purples. I very, very rarely go the like gray smoky route. And then I also very rarely go like straight up orange. Though there's like a time and a place for that, I would say. And then I just go right back in with that same fluffy brush to make sure everything's all blended together like that. Same on the other. I know I was saying like, this is just like a quick glam look, and I'm using loose pigment here. But it is what it is. I think for my lid, I'm gonna use the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher in Diamond Bronze. And I'm just gonna wet my brush. The brush I'm using to apply it is a Morphe M661. It's just like a flat packer brush. And I'm spraying it with some Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray 24-hour wear, but you can use whatever you want. You could use your own pee if you wanted to. I'm picking it up like that, everyone. Just so you know. You're gonna get fallout from these, which is why, again, I like to do my foundation second and eyes first. But already, look at how stunning that is. I'm obsessed with it. It's so pretty. You can get this at Sephora when you're not in the middle of a pandemic. So pretty. Now, to add a little bit of depth to the outer corner part of my eyeshadow look, I'm going to take a mix of some of these darker browns, mostly this color here, with a little bit of that. On camera, it's looking way lighter and warmer. In person, it's actually quite dark and like a chocolatey brown. But yeah, I'm just like blending in the line a little bit and then continuing to create that kind of winged shape a little bit. And I press and then blend. Press and then blend. Also, fun fact, I'm using a lamp as my light. And I have softboxes. I don't know why I'm doing this. I am just lazy. The last step for the top of the eyes, I take a matte white shadow. This one is by Makeup Forever. You can see it's been loved. To brighten the inner corner, I do this. You can kind of see there. Most people will use a shimmer, but I say fuck most people. I like to use matte. It just doesn't highlight, like I don't like shimmer because I like to make like a really wide, like, highlight so my eyes look bigger, and I can't do that if I use shimmer because I have a very deep socket brow bone and it highlights it and I don't like that. Matte doesn't highlight it as much as like a shimmer would, because it's not reflecting the light really, it's just like brightening. That's like my quick, super easy eye look. I'm gonna put on mascara and lashes and I'll be back to finish the face. Stay tuned. Light, come to me. Okay, I just finished, I keep clapping like that. I just finished my eyelashes. I used the Lilly lashes in Opulence. They're kind of big, I don't know. They're fine, I guess. I used that hydrating primer and let it sink in the skin for a second, but now before I put on foundation, I'm gonna use a little bit of a pore fill primer. I switch off a lot, but I like using Step 1 by Makeup Forever. That one is one of my favorites. I first start off rubbing and then I start patting into the skin. And I only focus this on my cheek area because I have a lot of pores there. Okay, so then for foundation, I'm going to use the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation in the shade LP6. This is such a bizarre component, like packaging. That looks incorrect, but we're going to use it. I'm committing again. We love an unmatched foundation, everyone. It has like a concealer applicator, the thing I'm using now, and it also has a pump. Why would you use the pump ever? Just curious. I guess it's way more sanitary, so maybe I should shut my pie hole. I'm gonna swipe a little bit all over the face, including down the neck. I like this foundation a lot. I'm blending it out with a Sapphire Beauty Blender. I just like really like this foundation. It's like a medium buildable coverage, perfect finish. Not too dewy, but also not dry at all. It's super buttery, so it looks really smooth on the skin. It doesn't accentuate my pores at all. I have like really nothing but good things to say about it. For under eye concealer, I'm gonna use a mixture of, wow, I really need that under eye concealer. I'm going to use a mixture of the Milani Conceal and Perfect and the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer in the shade 20. Oh, the Milani one is in the shade 110 Nude Ivory. Mostly going to use the Milani one, but just the Makeup Forever one for a little bit more blendability. I find that the Milani one's great. It's less creamy than the Makeup Forever one, but it doesn't have as much coverage as the Milani one, so I like to do a little mix. We'll do that. Just like a smidge. And then, I know this is kind of high maintenance, but hi. Have you met me before? To blend out the under eyes, I'm going to use the Tati Beauty Blendiful Sponge. It's not really a sponge, it's actually like a puff. But I like this a lot to blend out the under eyes because it's not gonna soak up as much product as a beauty blender would, and it really just lays everything down super flat. And under the eyes it's really nice because I have fine lines under my eyes and I need it to be stamped. Great, now I actually look... Can I stop clapping? Something's wrong with me. So next up is cream contour and bronzer. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair on a Luxie cream contour brush. And this has been great. So I'm just dabbing a little bit into the pot. And I first just like stamp a bit here like that. And like that. Kind of like Rosa from TikTok. Ooh, that was a lot. And I just want to blend a little bit. Or a lot bit. I tend to put a lot on my forehead though because I like it to look a lot smaller than it actually is. And then to blend out the cheek, I swipe up a bit, like that, and press. So you want to take the brush, swipe up like that, and then press in. Swipe up, and then press in. I bring it down the cheek as well. I like to soften the angle in my jaw because I have like a square jaw. And then I just soften all of it a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna cream highlight or liquid highlight with the Makeup Forever Soft Light. I use this literally every single day. I'm obsessed with it. It's just like a really, like, subtle shimmer. And I add on the lip and a little on the nose. If I'm doing like a full glam look, I'll contour my nose with some cream products, but I don't want to do that today, so I'm not going to. And then for the cream highlight, I just blend it out with the Beauty Blender. So for cream blush, I'm going to use the Freck Cheek Slime. I said this once, I'll say it again. I think that's the ugliest name I've ever heard. But I'm just going to take a little bit, squeeze it on the back of my hand, and it's just like a really pretty orangey color. Wow, it looks neon orange on camera. Stunning. But I just do a couple dots, blend out with my 2 fingers a couple times, like that. Then I'll take my Beauty Blender, and I'll blend in the rest. And I go on the like front apple of my cheek and all the way back to the back of my cheekbone. And it just adds like a really pretty corally flush, I think. Especially if you're wearing a warm-toned eyeshadow look, which I kind of am right now. I only do 1 powder, like setting powder. I hate the way that powder looks on my skin. I think it's disgusting. So you first just want to blend out. I'm only setting my under eyes and my cheek area a little bit. Just blend out your under eyes. If you leave it for kind of a while, it may have creased a little bit. So I just blend it out one last time just to make sure all the creases are gone. And then I'm going to take my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder. I mentioned this on Instagram as well. Ooh. This is my favorite brush ever. This powder's awesome. So I take this brush, which is a Sephora collection, like weird rose gold magnetic thingy. It has like a magnet on the end. Just press it under the eye. The bristles are so soft. So it ends up, and then I do a little swirling. It ends up like perfectly setting. I do it on the cheek too a little bit. It ends up perfectly setting the under eye and the cheek makeup without disturbing. So you can see, at least I can see, look how smooth and snatched that is. And then this one looks like an old hag. I'm very nice to myself. Yeah, and I'm doing the same on the other side. And then I'm just going to do a little on my forehead and chin and smile lines. And while I'm here, I'm going to take a little bit of the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Boundless Bisque. It's like a nude pencil. And just throw it in on the waterline. For bronzer, just burping up my ice cream quick. I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Light Ghost Edit palette with so many fingerprints. I'm going to take the bronzer in here, this bottom one here, on a Sephora Pro and Hakuhodo thing, like brush. The bronzer I'm using is like really sheer and it adds a nice like healthy glow to your skin as well. So I like press and then I'll blend back a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of Fix Plus as my setting spray, and then I'll probably go in with a Morphe one in a sec. It's just a mini Fix Plus. I like the way this Fix Plus looks on the skin. It's because it has glycerin in it, so it like really like highlights your skin. It doesn't have really setting properties though, so people spray it as if it's gonna like make their makeup last, and it's just not. To actually set my face, I'm using the Morphe Jeffree Star Set and Refresh Mist Starberry scent. I hate the way this smells a lot, but I have it and I'm gonna use it because I don't want to waste my coin. I don't know where my fan went, so I'm just gonna use this Morphe palette to fan myself. Yeah, I'm gonna do ColourPop BFF lip liner. I don't particularly like this. Again, I'm using it because I have it. I guess actually no, I think it's pretty. Oh, actually it's pretty, I like it. I just don't know if I like this is a sharpenable pencil, but it also is like plastic, so it sharpens like really weird. And I'm just not the biggest fan of that. I always try to go up from the corner. Excuse me, sir. It's pretty, I lied. I really like that lip liner, actually. I'm gonna use the Ofra x Nikki Tutorials liquid lipstick in Nude Potion. I have had this, I can't even tell you how long. So long. It smells like it's expired. And it's super light for a liquid lipstick. I hate liquid lipsticks. I think they're so uncomfortable on the lips. This one is light. And I don't really ever wear it on its own. I always put a gloss over it anyway. So I'm going to let that dry for a sec, and then I'm going to put the Kristen Dominique Lemonade lip gloss in the shade Peach Tea. This is such a good lip gloss. For highlighter, on top of my cream highlighter, because I'm extra, I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Flex Highlighter in Iced. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed with this highlighter. On the Makeup Forever 140 brush. Such a good highlighter brush. Why am I out of breath from sitting down? And I like to put it on top of the cream. Just in like the topmost area, barely touching it. And then we're done. Okay. I was just about to clap again. Someone cut off my hands. I finished the makeup look. I think it's pretty, like, super basic. This is what I tend to do if need to look like super glam and like put together for work or something, but I don't have a lot of time and I can't do anything like super fancy. So yeah, I feel like this was okay. Alright, I'm gonna go, I guess. But what do you say at the end of a video? Like, if you have suggestions, let me know what I should make next. Maybe there's more videos coming. Goodbye!